I'd like to welcome everyone to the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for June 25th, 2020. Roll call, please. Here.
Here. Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No, sir.
No. No. Approval of the minutes of the meeting of June 4th, 2020.
I motion we approve the minutes of the meeting of June 4th, 2020.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item A, correspondence received from Mr. Dean Button, City Engineer, advising the intersection of Holman Avenue and Goslin Street will be closed for 2 weeks for construction related to the Goslin Street project.
Good morning, members of the board. Just wanted to let you know we did actually close the intersection on Tuesday to start that work. We're hoping it won't take 2 weeks, but we just set that aside. As you know, the traffic signal at that location was struck, and it should be repaired this week. I'll double check with the contractor, but the one signal pole was hit, knocked down. We'll make sure that gets installed properly, and I know there's a police report on that for the damage that the tractor trailer
So
did.
the only north and south artery is Calumet Avenue, correct?
Correct. The main arterial, right? Because Sheffield is closed. Holman will be closed for the next few, probably about a week, but yeah. Johnson will be open.
Right.
But it's not a main arterial.
I'm looking at the fire rig aspect, and I know he's looking at.
Yeah, your main.
Okay.
Yeah, the next nearest one would be Calumet Avenue.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we just acknowledging that?
No, we'll approve it.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve Mr. Button's request.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B, correspondence received from Nice Engineering, Inc., requesting a 15-minute parking sign be placed at 1534 Indianapolis Boulevard. And we were just informed that Nice Engineering is going to withdraw that request. Item C, correspondence received from Ms. Megan Flores, City Controller, requesting approval of an updated service agreement with Howard E. Nyhart Company, Inc., to include actuarial valuations on both 2018 and 2019. Mr. Smith?
Sure. This is just a amendment to the agreement you guys have already, the board has already approved. It's a simple amendment. We requested it be approved pursuant to the controller's request.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the city controller's request.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item D, notice of violation on property located at 1539 Calumet Avenue.
Morning, Board.
Is the owner here by chance? Mr. Torrado? No. Okay.
No, morning, Board members. Upon inspection of this property, we had discovered there was a non-conforming basement apartment located at 1539 Calumet Avenue. We have been in correspondence with the owner. He has already voluntarily removed the uninhabitable space, so we're just asking the Board affirm the order.
You good?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to approve the notice of violation for 1539 Calumet Avenue.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Board.
Thank you. Item E, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 3940 Torrance Avenue.
Yes, Mr. President and Board, this is just an updated agreement. Mr. Luter is recommending this with some new dates. I'm hoping it's signed.
It is?
We would request its approval as presented to the board.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the agreement to rehabilitate 3940 Torrance Avenue.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item F, correspondence received requesting rental registration hearings.
July 30th. Good. She said July 30th. Is that good?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to set those hearings for July 30th, 2020.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item G, garage sale permit submitted for approval. Of course. Look for the COVID-19, don't go away, but I'm sure it's on there.
It's nice they did this one all in one.
Mr. President,
The omnipotent one. Thank you.
Okay, those are good? Okay. I make a motion to approve the garage sale permits.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item H, correspondence received from Ms. Pam Lawrence, 7150 Lindbergh Avenue, requesting permission to place a dumpster in her carport or in the alley. Would Ms. Lawrence be here by chance? No? Let's see.
Just so we put that in cardboard, alleys are normal, as it is, garbage truck or,
I'm just trying to see. Oh, let's see. Okay, for July 10th, so we, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly in favor of doing a carport if possible. I don't know how they're gonna put a 20 cubic yard dumpster under a carport.
That's what should it be if possible? That's the only way we can approve it, right? That's probably why she gave us both options, because she's not sure.
They see, we can foresee 3 options under the carport next to the garage. Garage door parallel to the flow of traffic in the alley or on the street.
the street would be actually.
I mean, we got time, we can do a visual to kind of, you want to defer it 1 week? Or you want to just do the carport and do a verification? You want to do that? That'd be
Defer
fine?
it, defer it? Which one?
I mean, you can usually get a dumpster in a week, can't you? Cal, you can usually get one in a week, right?
That's correct.
Okay, that's fine. We'll do that.
Defer it to next week?
Yeah.
What is next week's date?
Ooh. Oh, that's July 3rd or 2nd?
Second, we're good, right?
Yeah, we're here, July 2nd. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Got it.
I'm going to make a motion that we defer that request to July 2nd, 2020.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Item I, correspondence received from Ms. Margarita Koenig requesting action be taken to make the intersection of Jackson Avenue and 176th Street safer and also to have the street signs replaced. He left. We probably need to go to engineering with this?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion that we forward her request to engineering for their review and approval.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item J, rental registration hearing on property located at 4321 Toll Avenue.
How you doing?
Your name and your address?
Raquel Esparza, 43 Ruth Street, Hammond, Indiana, 46320.
Good morning, Board.
Morning.
This comes up, it has been registered every year, including 2020. It was not registered in 2019. This is one unit, and we're looking just for 2019.
Okay. Ma'am, could you elaborate just for the board's sake, what happened in 2019?
Last year I was really sick, and I'm the one that handles all the paperwork for my son's house, and I guess it just slipped me, and nobody else thought of getting the permit for the house, and I was too sick to do it. And I'm not sure how they forgot about it, but they did.
How long has this property been used as a rental?
I think since 2014. we have a contract to sell it by owner.
No, that's fine. I think what I'm just,
It's
the
been,
board just wants to make you aware that obviously, things do happen, but knowing that you've owned the property for 6 years, maybe someone else should be schooled in
getting,
filing the proper paperwork to get it filed on time.
I try to teach them, but they don't like dealing with people, so I'm the one that has to do all the paperwork.
Okay, all right. So we're good?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion that we waive the late fee for 2019. Ma'am, you'll have to register that at the conclusion of today's meeting at a cost of $5, okay?
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
I second the motion.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item K, rental registration hearing on property located at 1323 Sherman Street.
Kelly Brown, and the address of the property or my personal?
Your personal address.
18448 Illy, Indy Drive in Lansing, Illinois.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
You can talk.
Okay. I am the owner of a rental property at 1323 Sherman Street. I have had that property almost 12 years, and I have been lucky to have a really great tenant. He's been my tenant for 12 years. He's an over-the-road truck driver, and he had a really bad accident. And it shocked all of us, his family. So I worked with the family because they didn't have it. He was the breadwinner. And I covered the mortgage, and to be honest, I literally forgot about it. We were just all, because it happened the very beginning of March. And he still has pins in his arms, and he's finally got disability. But it was just such a shock. I literally forgot. So then when April came this year, before the 15th, I came in to pay, and they told me I couldn't because I had actually forgotten about the 19th. That's really what happened.
Amy?
So, yes, this was registered every year, except for 2019. You did not register for 20 yet?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
I thought I heard something. Yeah, she did register for 2020. We're just looking for one unit for the year of 2019.
Okay.
You good?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to motion that we waive the late fee for 2019.
Thank you.
Ma'am, as you heard before, you can register today at a cost of $5 at the end of today's meeting.
I will.
Okay.
So I'll take care of to 19th today.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
You
you.
can wait and she'll give you.
I second.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Item L, rental registration hearing on property located at 1339 Sherman Street.
How you doing? Just state your name and your address.
Gerald Scuniers, 1339 Sherman Avenue.
This is a house, Mr. Sconiers, you've owned this house since 2007, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The property was registered in 2014, 15, and 16, per our records. He came before the Board of Works in 14. He came before the Board of Works in 15. It has not been registered since 2016. So we're looking for registration from 2017, 18, 19, and 20. Usually,
Not 16? I thought
Not
you said-
16.
Okay, 17, okay.
usually cases like this would go to Smith-Sursick. I'm not sure why we have this here today.
Sir, care to elaborate as to what's happened the last 3 years?
Yes, for the, I stay out of town. I'm Gerald Scuniers, and I have my son to see after the place. But it was in 2016 when I got a call to come to the house because the neighbors were complaining about the smell. And at the time, they didn't go in, I went in and found Shawnee's dead. And Shawnee's watch was the tenant there at that time. And so after dealing with them removing her out of the building, I hadn't re-rented the place. I had my son there to watch after the place. I got a call just recently from the city because they said the whole neighborhood had flooded. And when I went back, come over to the place, got a call. They called him, and then they called me because my number's on the thing. And then he had who was having issues, abuse issues, or what you want to call it. He was staying there, but there was a young lady staying there with him. And they had taken out the thing for the lights, where the lights was hooked up not right, and so forth. And so when the inspector came and said, well, I said, well, my son is here. They said, well, no, the lady is here as well, so, and she has a child with her. So you're gonna have to get this place up and going, and you need to get a registration. My son's been there up until that point. But this lady here that I spoke to, her name was Miss Tucker. I spoke to her, I said, look, I can't put you and your child out, but I'm gonna give you a 30-day lease. When I found out about them being there after the neighborhood had spilled over. And I come down here, and that's when they said, well, you got to go see the city, because you haven't had a certificate here in a certain period of time.
So your son has been staying there prior to the
Yes.
storms we had, what, a month ago?
No, he's been there, he's the one that's been keeping the place.
So but we don't have an affidavit.
We don't have
on
any
file.
affidavit, yeah, we don't have any information as far as his son. I do have information that, water was used in those years, so someone was living there. The validity of his son living there, I cannot give you. As far as Miss Tucker, who is Miss Tucker to?
Miss Tucker, that's the girl that's there. I don't know the relationship, but he's a user. He's got some abuse issues going on. And so I don't know the capacity of their relationship.
You don't know if they're girlfriend, boyfriend, anything like that? He's letting her stay there?
I'm assuming there's something going on. I mean, I don't want to say anything about a person.
Sure.
But how they look, but it's questionable.
I'm aware of that.
So,
I'm aware of the house.
I mean, what do you suggest going
You are over
forward?
the house?
Yeah.
What do you suggest going forward? Do you want to do a little more digging to find out?
Let's, let me gather some more information. I can gather more information as far as if there are any calls going there, as far as who might have been in there. So if we could set this out.
If you had to reappear, are you relatively close?
Yeah, definitely. I want to get this
I think
straightened out.
we need a little bit more.
Okay, I
more
wanna get this-
information here, and so does Jaime, I think,
Yeah.
so we can understand what's
Yeah.
going on.
No, you guys have been, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
If we could set this out 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be on vacation next week.
July 9th or July 16th?
16th will be better. July 16th? July 16th, 9 a.m.?
It does sound like a omnipotent situation, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna motion that we set this over to July 16th, oh, shoot, that's the date, right? July 16th, 2020. Give Jaime more time to get some information.
Please.
There are calls there, though, Jaime, just so you know, yeah.
Mr. Member, can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Okay. July 16th, 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We've been there a lot.
Okay. Item M, rental registration hearing on property located at 943 119th Street.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Davis. I live at 1946 Lincoln Avenue. And honestly, I just forgot to register. At that time, I was having treatment for my brain aneurysm, and my memory is not good. And I just simply forgot to register.
This is one unit registered in 18 and in 20, only owes for 2019.
Okay. Good.
It's good? Okay, I'll make a motion to waive the late fee for 2019. Ma'am, as you've heard, you can register that at the conclusion of today's meeting. At a
Okay.
cost of $5.
Okay, yes. Do I have to have my lease with me?
Yeah, this is for 2019.
Okay, yeah, so they're out. Okay, they've been
So,
evicted.
yeah, any information you have from 2019.
Okay, All right, thank
Can I
you.
get a second on that?
And if you want to.
Thank you. All those in favor?
At the end. Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item N, rental registration hearing on property located at 4725 Ash Avenue.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'll be honest with you, I left, my wife's in charge.
Please state your name and address.
Ricardo Pino, 4725 Ash, Hammond, Indiana, 46327. I have my wife in charge of taking care of all my paperwork, and she just honestly forgot. This will be the third year that we are leasing the property. And
What
we
you be
would-
looking for?
This is one unit, owes for 2019, registered previous as well as for 20.
Okay. One unit?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. I'll make a motion to waive the late fee for 2019.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, just make sure that you register at the conclusion of today's meeting.
Yep.
Cost of $5.
Yep, will do. Thank you very much.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Item O, rental registration hearing on property located at 1916 Clay Street. Mr. Downs?
Yes, sir.
State your name and address.
My name is Robert A. Downs. I live at 15881 Dulles Mar Avenue in Chesterton, Indiana.
This is two unit, registered every year, as well as 2020, owes for 2019. I do want to bring up that we did do an inspection at this property in November of 2019 for quite a bit of issues that Mr. Downs was supposed to be taken care of. We have not heard from Mr. Downs. I went by the property yesterday, and the property is still in the same condition.
For the rental application, I got statements for both conditions. I had a subdermal hematoma last year in 2019, and I had just moved out here to a new job in Michigan City. That's why I relocated to Chesterton, and I honestly thought my brother took care of it. He subsequently got hurt at work, and I can't, meet up with him. He lives in Hammond, so I'm not able to produce documents that it was paid for. So I like everybody else, I kind of forgot about the taking care of this. I thought I did, and I didn't know until I came in and registered for 2020 that I found out I didn't pay for 2019.
So the case at hand is just for 2019, this is two units.
Okay.
Our underlying case as well, though, is that the property is still a mess that I would like to talk to you about after.
Well, I've proceeded to, I didn't know you wanted me to give you updates, but I have started the eviction process for the tenant that lives in there. I have to follow the law, and I'm using the local attorney that deals with the city of Hammond, and I'm starting the process of, he was already given a 10-day notice to, vacate the property by July 1st. And my plan is simple, is once I get them out, I go in and clean the place and get it assessed by a contractor and get numbers so I can make the repairs that you wish for me to
Are
make.
the issues internal or
There were some that were
external as well?
There were some that were internal, some electrical issues.
Okay.
A lot of the outside rear unit, which is vacant currently,
Right.
had some issues there as well. So
Okay.
Okay. So you'll handle that part?
we'll handle that separate, yes.
Okay. So I will make a motion to waive the late fee, sir.
Thank you.
You can register at the conclusion of today's meeting. However, you need to stay in contact with Jaime, make sure those issues are taken care of.
You want it? All right.
I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item P, rental registration hearing on property located at 1433 Shell Street. Richard Haberman?
Yes, Karen Miller on behalf
Richard.
of Richard Haberman. My address is 5515 West 41st Avenue in Gary.
This is one unit. They did attempt to pay for 2020, but they had to file an appeal for 2019. They registered previous, only owes for 2019, and once that gets taken care of, they can register for 2020.
Okay,
There's one unit.
okay, yeah.
You good?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to waive the late fee for 2019. Ma'am, as you've heard me say many times already, just register at the conclusion of today's meeting, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Can I get a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll slow down, brother. Give me a chance.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, yeah, that's a deference there, okay. You're good, man. Item Q, rental registration hearing on property located at 1520 Myrtle Avenue and 2022 Superior Avenue.
Please state your name and address.
Okay, my name is Jerry Michaels. I live at 1424 Myrtle Avenue. My properties are 1520 and 22. I don't think I've ever been late, but because of the corona, and I'm 83 years old, they told me I couldn't come out. Otherwise, I would have been here.
Yes, this is just, okay, let's start with 1520 Myrtle. This is 2 units, registered every year, only owes for 2020. And for 2022 Superior, this is 1 unit, registered every year, only owes for 2020.
Okay,
3 units total.
yeah.
You're good, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'll make a motion to waive the late fees for both properties for all 3
thank you.
units. Ma'am, just register at the conclusion of today's meeting, okay?
Pardon me?
Make sure you register at the conclusion of today's meeting.
I'm going right down there now.
Thank you. She'll take care, Lynn will take care of you right when the meeting's over, okay?
Oh, she will?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Can I get a second?
Second that motion, Mr. President.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
much, Mr. Perez. All those in favor?
Card and then you
Aye.
Aye.
Is that how it works? Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Item R, rental registration hearing on property located at 6641 Mccook Avenue and 6706 Marshall Avenue. Mr. Stiles. Morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Jim Stiles, 4769 Broadway, Gary, Indiana.
Oh, shoot. Go ahead.
We can start with 6641 Mccook. Mr. Stiles did attempt to register in 2020, but he was not able to because he did not register for 2019.
Okay.
So this is 1 unit for 2019 as well as 2020.
No, we've
Care to
registered.
elaborate, sir?
We've registered every year. I don't know why we didn't register for last year. I have no excuse.
So 2020, he's waiting to do 2020?
He's due 2020. He can register 2020 once he registers 19.
Gotcha.
But they did try to attempt to register for 2020, but it was returned because they did not register for 2019. Same with 6706 Marshall.
Right.
They registered every year. Well, he purchased property in 18, registered in 18, did not register for 19. He attempted to register for 20, but because he did not register for 19, the check was sent back.
And just the 1 unit?
1 unit.
On Marshall? Okay.
Okay. So 2 units total for 19 and 20, correct? Okay.
And we've already cashed a check for 20. They've already cashed a check. We're registered.
Okay.
I believe we attempted to pay 19, okay, and we sent somebody down here and they pocketed the money. We've had a couple people that our losses were over $20,000 last year, and when we terminated these people, all of our losses seemed to go away. So we think this is part of that loss, but it's the only bill in 38 years that I know of in business that I haven't paid. You know, I have a master's in business and finance, and we just pay the bills, you know. This is one of them. I don't know how we did. You know, I don't have an excuse. I don't know why.
Okay, sir. I'm gonna make a motion to waive the late fees for both units for 2019 and 2020.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, sir.
And how do I pay for,
She'll take care of you as soon as the meeting's over. Yes, please.
right here?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
She'll give you a card at the end, and then you can go down and register.
Okay, you're good with all your catching up?
Yep.
Okay. All right, matters from board members. I do have a few. Item one, we've received a letter from an incensed property owner in regards to some issues with code enforcement. We will forward this to you, Mr. Kearney, so you can see and kind of maybe elaborate to the board maybe next week as to what you find out. I'm not going to read the letter. It's not too nice. So, Mr. Smith, should we acknowledge this or should we motion for this?
I would just show that the board is forwarding it to
Okay.
inspections for their
We'll motion that.
code. Can we get the, at least the 100 block?
4700 block of Baltimore.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we forward the, we're going to Kelly, to code enforcement?
Code enforcement, Mr. Kearney.
We're going to forward the complaint from 4700 Baltimore to Kelly Kearney for his review.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have another request from Councilman Pete Torres, or maybe, is this still here?
No, he left.
Oh, he's there. Is this something was discussed last week, Councilman?
No.
Okay, this is something new. All right, we have a request here from
Yeah,
Councilman.
this is a different
Okay,
request. The Park Department was improvements at Urban Park,
okay.
and they ran out of money, so
All right, this is a request from Councilman Torres. It has been signed by the mayor.
yes.
This, in essence, is the green sheet.
Okay.
So,
I will make a motion to approve Councilman Torres' request.
I second the motion.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a request for a block closure, south side of Wabash Avenue only, the 4200 block. Let's see, what is the date? July 4th, 2020. She has neighbor signatures. They're only from the even side, Mr. Smith. I don't know how you just block off a half a block.
We know that's the one that's split.
Oh,
anyway. That's the
oh,
one-
it is?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
the one that's split.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, I don't see that they're requesting anything from anyone else. Wait. They're just requesting it be blocked off for traffic, but I don't see any requests for public works. No.
Do they have a time frame, Kevin, or no?
July 4th, let's see,
No, because it's-
12 PM to 12 AM, 12 hours.
How many people does she have signed? A few?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's probably about, it's more than, it's probably half of them at least. I'm okay with it, I guess.
Sure, let's go, it's fine.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve the request for the 4200 block of Wabash on July 4th.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And let's see, a waiver of notice and consent to issuance of tax deed. This is just a motion to approve, Mr. Smith?
Yes, that is, I believe, per agreement with, is it on 1021 169th Street, I believe?
He's going on.
So, yes, we would request approval by the board. This has to do with a request for a tax deed in which the city had some liens on, and if we can work these out with the tax deed owner, it kind of alleviates the need to intervene when they quiet title it. We were able to get some money back on our demo that we did a long time ago, which is great. which is, again, I guess I would just remind the board and the public, which is why we record these matters, so when the board goes ahead and approves the demo and the bid, we always record these so that they show up on the record when the property is eventually transferred. This is a great example. I mean, I think our demo order was 6, 7 years ago, I believe, so it's a good story at the end. We get some of our money back, so we request approval.
Sure. Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the request.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And finally, first extension to the agreement to rehabilitate property located at 27 Elizabeth Street.
Yes, this is, was transferred from Shaquilla Hart to, I believe, Reliable. This allows the bond to be used from 6231 Blaine on to 27 Elizabeth. This is just the rehab agreement.
Just approve the request?
Yep.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve that request.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That is all the matters that this member has. Either one of you have any matters?
No, sir.
Okay, item 7, matters from other department heads and/or their representatives.
Mr. President and Board, in the spirit of rehab agreements, I have a couple that we've been requested to, I don't want to say expedite because we've reviewed all these, but for some reason didn't make the agenda. We do have them signed by the owners. They have been reviewed and they're requested to be approved by Mr. Luter as well. I think it's just because the weather's good, so people want to get moving on them and they'd like to keep moving. I have one here for 4735 Pullman. It's been signed by the owner. I'd request its approval.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the rehab agreement for 4735 Holman.
I second the motion.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any other department heads or their Mr. Smith?
Yes, I have one more. So 4940 Ash was actually on the board's agenda for 6/11. It was deferred. There was an issue. Actually, Mr. Kearney and I have been dealing with some emails here on the table. It was deferred because we were trying to see if the bond was going to be waived, which I believe it actually was waived. The document's not in front of you, but I have an electronic document that was forwarded to me this morning, but from my office. I believe Lynn has the actual document upstairs still. We would request its approval so that 4940 Ash, they've actually already been down for permits this morning, so they're waiting to go as well. I'd request that that agreement be approved as presented.
The rehab agreement.
4940 Ash, yes, rehab agreement.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to make a motion that we approve the rehab agreement for 4940 Ash.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any other department head or representative have anything to add? No? Okay. New business, I see none. Old business, I see none. Meeting's open to the public. Anybody out here care to elaborate about anything considering the city of Hammond at all? Hey, did you hear the vocab word out of Johnny? Did you hear it?
No, but he said it clearly.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Dina Ojeda, and my neighbors and I would like to have a 4th of July celebration. So we were wondering if we could get the front of my house and my neighbor's house blocked off. They told me I needed a letter stating what the party was for and my neighbor's addresses that it's going to affect.
1815 Warwick. All right, let's see. And we're talking the entire block?
Just from the corner of 118th and Warwick to the beginning of the alleyway, it's like a half a block. It's literally like just in front of my house and my neighbor's house, just that. It's not a very busy street. So if anybody needed to get anywhere, like our street doesn't affect any traffic to where they can't get around or anything like that.
Okay. Table. And are you folks taking care of blocking of the street to any type of traffic at all?
I mean, we do have, my neighbor has horses that we can put like just to block off just that little section. Because like I said, it's just in front of our houses. We're not like taking up the entire block.
What about across the street? Is there issues across the street, like the neighbors across the street? Are they going to be able to park, I guess, or are you going to block off the whole?
1810, okay.
No, we're gonna be able to park on the sides of the street, and then their cars would be in their driveway.
We got
We're gonna put our
18,
cars in our
18,
driveway.
19, and 1810. huh?
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah,
So she's got both sides.
yeah, and
It
it's
isn't a very
all the
traveled
neighbors.
steep street, I do know that for sure. And she's got both sides, so signature on both sides. I'm okay, are you okay
Okay,
with
sure.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make a motion that we approve her request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, what's the time frame?
Oh,
We want to start at 11 a.m.
Okay,
to about 10 p.m. whenever we have to stop the fireworks.
okay, I just want to make sure. Okay.
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Do I need anything, or just, nope, that's it?
Ma'am, yep,
Okay, great, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Omnipotent one, do we have anything else?
I don't have anything, no.
Okay. Anyone else from the public like to speak? Okey-doke.
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.